Your girl leaves with me and it ain't up for debate. Niggas 5-0 when it's OG versus the state.
It's Mr. Bug and I'm pushing like I'm Dee Breed. Came in the studio and fucked it like I'm Peter Lee. Plus, begets all of my set, blood gang.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Risky Business. I'm Pro Black Badu and I'm here with
Hassan, aka Outlawimages.
Alright Hassan, so tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
I go by Outlawimages on Instagram and Twitter. I'm a photographer based in the DMV, specifically Maryland. I just take pictures, get paid for it every once in a while, but yeah, that's what I do.
So my first question, I want to talk about your childhood. So what was your favorite memory growing up, like in childhood?
My childhood, I would probably say, because I am a photographer, when I had my first camera, I was in elementary school. My Aunt Samira, she came over to my house to see my mom, and she brought a gift for me. It was a little toy camera. It was like clip on. You clip it to your pants and everything. It was waterproof. It was for children. It was like really small, and I ended up using it to death. Like I used it in elementary school. I took it to school. They told me I couldn't take it. I was taking it anyway. I was taking it to field trips. And I was just taking pictures of like animals, like squirrels, whatever was around my house. I was always taking pictures, and that's kind of how that started. So
that's good. So what do you think, like of course childhood, but what do you think influenced you the most? Like what does influence look like for you?
Influence to me, like what really influenced me was kind of other people's work, seeing other people take good pictures, and that kind of motivated me to really take my stuff seriously. Because for a long time, I didn't know if I was capable. Like people would always tell me I was talented, but I wouldn't do nothing about it. I didn't have an Instagram until last year. You know what I'm saying? Like I was doubting myself. But other photographers' work motivated me. I was like, oh, they doing it. Why can't I do it? You know, I got a camera right here. You know, I have all these resources to use, but I wasn't doing nothing about it. So I decided to do something about it. You know, other people's work kind of influenced me and pushed me to do that.
And with influence and impact, of course, like comes what's around you in your environment.
Right.
So what's your favorite subject to photograph?
Well, I'm portrait based, so I do people. I haven't really done a group shoot yet, but mostly I do just solo portrait work. When I was starting up, like before I was considered a photographer, I was just a guy with a camera. You know, I was taking pictures of animals. I was doing landscapes and stuff like that, but I kind of graduated just to portrait work just because, you know, it's interacting with other people rather than, you know, taking pictures of an environment. That's cool, but it's kind of, you know, by your lonesome. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be around other people. I decided to be portrait.
That's tough. So like you kind of get to interact with people on a daily.
Yeah.
So what does like your go-to shoot look like? Like a really good shoot. Take us through that. How does it look?
A go-to shoot for me would probably be like, I'm real comfortable with the person. The person is comfortable with me. I stop a lot to adjust my lights and everything, and I try to make it as, I guess the perfect shoot would kind of be like me being prepared, so it can just go smoothly, but at the same time, it's not just work. You know what I'm saying?
It's like
I think the best shoots are like natural to me. Like when we actually kind of vibe. I play music, we play some music, and we have a good time, and we're taking pictures. It's not just business, just like snapping pictures. Do this. You know.
And so, amongst your works that you've done thus far, what's your favorite shoot that you've done?
That's hard.
You can narrow it down. I know it's hard. Maybe like one or two.
Yeah, okay. What I gotta say, because when I shoot somebody, like the latest one I shoot, because I can kind of feel the progression in my work, the latest person always my favorite. So for that, I would have to say Podé. Yeah, I would probably say his came out really well. I ended up using maybe 2 of them, but those were picked from like a long list of other good ones that I liked. I just picked the top tier ones I liked from that one, and I'd probably say it is hard. Yeah, I love my work I do, but I'd probably say I shot someone Bethany. She was wearing white. I ended up calling the project Angelic. For the most part, it wasn't even my work. I mean, I took the pictures, but it was for a different project that she was doing. But I ended up using some of her images, and I just loved how they came out. They would proceed really well, so I'd probably say those 2.
Okay. So what is the biggest struggle or difficulty when it comes to photograph, like taking photographs or like photography as a whole? What is the biggest struggle?
I always say this: photography is to me is essentially problem solving. Like when there is no light, put light there. When there's not an angle, find an angle. So essentially, it's all like problem solving. So there could be multiple difficulties. Like if I was really just to get into my photography, speech, it could be the shutter speed, it could be the aperture, it could be the focal length, like whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, take us through.
It could be any of that, and it's kind of adjusting each point and finding a perfect balance to find like that great lighting. You know what I mean? So that's really essentially what it is just finding that perfect lighting.
Okay. And so our last question for you is, what do you hope to accomplish, or what do you want to convey as a photographer? Like, what do you want the people to know?
With my work, honestly, because I'm so early in it, like I said, I only decided to take it seriously for a year. I've only been on Instagram for a year. Right now, I just want to create a body of work I'm proud of. You know what I'm saying? Because for a long time, I didn't have, like, I would say I was a photographer, but I had no work to show for real. Like, I would just kind of have, like, bits and pieces. Like, I want my profile to eventually look cohesive. You know what I'm saying? I just want to look at it and just be proud of it. Because when I look at my profile, I don't look at the solo pictures, like, each project, really. I back up and I look at all of it as one. And right now, it's really PC. It's like one picture looks like this, one picture looks like this. But that's just because I'm throwing stuff at a wall and seeing what sticks. You know what I'm saying?
So you want continuity.
Eventually I just want continuity. I want to be able to just have a certain style to my work right now, but it's just based on just having a body of work I'm proud of, and that's where I want to be.
Okay. And so our next segment is talking about risky questions.
Okay.
So risky questions are any questions that we would have on the Risky Business podcast.
Okay.
And so are you ready for those questions?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so my first question is, to you, who is the most influential DMV artist? So artist meaning not just rap or hip hop, but like it could be photographs, it could be visual art, stuff like that. Like, who's the most influential?
Influence. That's hard, but DMV is like on the come up. You know what I'm saying? So when you say influence, it's like your mind automatically goes somewhere else to another place. But with the DMV, there's a lot to choose from because a lot of people's like on the rise. You know what I'm saying? And photography, it's Jacob. You know what I'm saying? And Edwin. Like my peers in photography. And music, it's Brent Fire. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's Q. And I really can't put one name on it, but to say who has the most, I mean, you might be able to say Wale, you know what I'm saying, just because he's at a higher stature. You might be able to say,
and he brings people in.
Right. And you might be able to say, rapper we just got out of Double XL. Rico Nasty, you know what I'm saying? Like, those people got influence, but I can't say specifically just one.
I feel it.
Yeah.
So our next one is to rank these three artists.
Okay.
From 1 being the person that you like the best, and then 3 being the person that you not the best.
Okay.
But so we'll have Brent Fayez, which you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Daniel Caesar, and I think they call him Black or Say Black.
Okay. Yeah.
So you gotta tell me which one you're putting first, second, and third.
All right. So you said Brent.
Brent, Daniel Caesar, and Black.
This is in terms of, I gotta preface this. This is in terms of like music, like the music.
This is in terms of, I want to say what you feel.
Okay.
Not just like who's the better artist, but what do you feel when you listen to the three.
All right, I'm gonna throw that out. So 1, that's Brent.
Okay.
Easily.
Because you just spoke about it, so it must be.
Yeah, like Brent kill it. Sonder, all that. But Brent, that's 1 easily. I'll put Daniel Caesar at 2. And then I'll put Black.
Yeah, I think they're all real different too. Like Black is a little bit different than Brent and Daniel. And I think Daniel, a lot of people would say Daniel is more influential or higher status. But Brent,
talented as a singer, but Brent, like sonically, I love his music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I had to put another 1 for that one.
I agree.
Yeah.
So our third and last question is: do first dates still matter? And if they do to you, what does a first date look like?
I mean, first date always gonna matter because first impressions matter. You know what I'm saying? Although you didn't get that, hopefully you didn't get that date out of nowhere. You actually got a first impression before, but a first impression in the form of a date, that's like the first time you're supposed to be getting like comfortable with their presence. You know what I'm saying? So You said what would it look like for me?
Yeah, what does it look like for you?
Something kind of personal. Like people say first date, and some people like be thinking movie. Movie like we gonna sit next to each other and watch. Like you're a stranger at that.
And I can't talk to you.
Right, you a stranger at that point,
Right.
unless you're gonna do something after. So I don't say like theater and stuff like that. I don't count that as a first date. First date gotta be something kind of intimate, but out the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can't be in the
Like
house,
can invite me over.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that is our last question, and you were rocking with Risky Business. I'm Pro Black Badu. And if you have anyone to shout out or anything to shout out, you can go do that now.
I mean, shout out to y'all just for having me.
We appreciate you coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank y'all.
It's your girl Key Rose, and you're rocking with Risky Business.
Alright. It's Kid Ruth, and you're rocking with Risky Business. Period.
Nice.
Welcome back. This is Risky Business, and today, I'm here with some special guests. Y'all can introduce yourselves.
It's Real Live Max, man.
Do Baby Yo.
Boy, look for that for y'all.
And today's topic is Album of the Year.
Yes, sir.
So, we're going to go down the table. First, Max, tell them what you think the Album of the Year is.
You know what the album of the year is. AI Youngboy 2. Come on, bro. It was top of the charts. 18 out of 25 spots. 6 spots for everybody else. I don't gotta say too much.
I know my purpose. European car. I came with curtains.
I'm at 7.
Why you gotta come me on? Ignoring him. The album of the year is DOD 2. Baby Birkin. Richard Millie Plain. Who You Fooling? Speed It Up. Come on. The list goes on. Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think I know the album of the year right now.
So, could I get like a top 3 or, what I'm saying?
My top 3 would have to be African Giant, Dripper Down 2. This is no order, by the way. And y'all gonna hate me for this last one. But my personal favorite, Those Feelings Again by Snow Allegra. Straight up. Snow, very solid R&B music right there.
Who's that?
Man, you stick to the trenches. You don't know who that is because you don't know real music. You listen to Adele, but you don't listen to Snow. And it's kind of just like
Adele, Snow.
but it's the same genre of music. That's my point. And you're missing it because like Snow, that album was OC. Like the people who actually tuned into it, she came through. She gave the best R&B album, better than Summer Walker's Jump. It shits on Summer Walker's Jump, in my opinion. Dripper John 2. And made a whole lot of good points. Who You Fooling? I don't know why. Baby Birkin, endless bangers on that jump. African Giant, that's my first time really cranking any type of African music. And I feel like Burner he put on African music to a lot of people in the US for sure.
So, I respect that list. Don't get me wrong. I definitely respect it. But my question to you is, AI Youngboy 2 isn't on your list. Could you tell us why AI Youngboy 2 is not on your list?
Yeah, inform us.
AI Youngboy 2 is not in my top 3. It's in my top 5. I put it as number 4 in my top 5. I'm not gonna lie. Because that's not his best. Like, it's not his best work. Realer is better than AI Youngboy 2. That's straight up. I feel as though that y'all put too much. AI Youngboy 2 was dropped on Spin Rilla. And half of the music was leaked early on. So it's like, I already got an idea. Huh?
It still hit the same.
It did not hit the same. Carter's Son, I can skip Carter's Son for sure.
Could you skip Carter's Son?
I can skip Carter's Son.
I don't think I can either.
I can skip, what's that drink called? Smoke and Drug. That's Self-Control, right? I can skip Self-Control.
Because I need it?
Yeah.
Smoke and Drug, because I used to that.
I can skip that jump for sure. And then I can skip Hot Now. It cranks, but I can skip Hot Now. There's some songs that I can make do without. Like, the songs that I already heard, I can make do without on that jump. And you can't tell me that album really is better than Realer. Valuable Pain, Slime Believe. What else is on that jump? Cross Me, 38 Heights. I know I'm missing some gems. You know it better than me.
I know I do.
You know it better than me,
But the thing is, with Realer is a great shit. Everything Youngboy makes is great. Don't get me wrong. But this album had the numbers to prove it. Out of the top 25, it had 18 slots. And there are 18 songs on that album.
That's every song. I mean,
listen to what you just said.
That's every song.
Including the ones that you said that you would skip.
Correct. But that's just the people who are pressing play on it. That don't mean that everyone who cranked it liked it. like the top 25 fluctuates every time. Like
That only happens with Taylor Swift. That happens with Drake. That happens with
like when they had the whole thing on there.
yes. That happens with who else?
That's a good accolade.
Who
You said Drake, right?
Yeah, come on, bro. The big dog.
That's a
He's
very
up there.
great accolade. Like I respect it, but like like when it comes down to the quality of the music, what's being said on the tracks, Realer is the Realer album.
Bro. Hey man, all I have to say is for every emotion that you want to have, you can listen to Snow Allegra, and you can hop into AI Youngboy too and find a song that fits your feeling. You feel me?
God no,
Nah, you can,
that
bro.
is
Come on, you can. He might say it in a different way.
Ain't no
He
song
might
that
put some violence in it, but it's gonna hit you the same.
Youngboy is gonna give me how he feels when he experiences those emotions. Like I said before, Youngboy, he speaks from a diary. He doesn't tell me a story.
Yeah, diary is a story. It's your story.
That's the thing, though. It's only his story. It's not like I can really take anything from his story to apply to my own life. I don't live the life that he lives. Come on, that man got herpes and 5 kids.
Listen, it's Jania's fault. It's okay.
Even Jania said it's his fault. So right there is nah, bro. All we know is that he has herpes.
We're not even gonna get into that.
Yeah,
We're not even gonna
that's
get
a hard
into that
conversation.
personal life. But I want to go back to Do Baby because I feel like we're running away from the true album of the year.
Believe that. Yeah.
Dribble Drown 2.
Yeah.
Talk to him a little bit about Dribble Drown 2 and why it's the album of the year.
I mean, for tech support, I want to bring his numbers. I believe Gunna sold out of the group. It was him, Offset, and what's his name? Lil Pump. Okay, we can even take out Lil Pump. We can just make it Gunna and Offset. Gunna sold more of his albums than Offset. And I remember a lot of people were like, man, Offset's going to shit on this nigga Gunna. I remember a lot of people even telling me Dripper John 2 not going to be good because Drip Season 3 was so good. Gunna's a guy who likes good quality music.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy who won't put out a piece of work until he feels like it's at that level for the people. I mean, you can go back to Drip Season 1 and see the music he puts out. He always puts out that high quality music. Dripper John 2, I believe it's high quality music. Some people even tell me Dripper John 2 better than Drip Season 3. And Drip Season 3 was the mixtape of the year in 2018. So, if it's better, it has to be album of the year. And that's his first album.
Valid point. How do you feel about Dribble Drown 2?
I fucking Dribble Drown 2 is second on my list behind AI Youngboy 2. And on my third is Juice WRLD's tape, Death Race for Love. Some people not gonna feel that tape. You gotta be a real one to feel it. It's for a different group of people.
More satanic and more. Kill yourself. But I know what you mean.
But nah, Dripper Drown 2 is definitely. We're doing a poll on Risky Business right now. I'm voting for Dripper Drown 2. But if it comes to AI Youngboy versus Dripper Drown 2, I'm clicking AI Youngboy.
And I'm clicking Dripper Drown 2. And I think a lot of people are clicking Dripper Drown 2. If you look at the comments, bro, you can see a lot of people fuck with Dripper Drown 2. Baby Birkin, bro.
Fuck with Lil Kid
It's a
too.
vibe.
He got his ass bounced.
I mean, that's just word of mouth.
Speaking of Long Live Mexico, Long Live Mexico did not get out the first round of the Risky Business bracket. How do you guys feel about that?
That's what it deserved.
Yeah, what else is going to happen?
to be honest, I feel like Long Live Mexico was a very, very good album. But like, I feel like a lot of people chose Future based on popularity. A lot of people aren't hip to Key yet, but Key rocks. Like, he's YSL. I fuck with YSL. But like, I went with The Wizard because The Wizard hit me different. Like, Never Stop, Going Dummy, like like shit like that. But Long Live Mexico hits. Anybody, Snake, Dragon. He has
God.
Yeah, bro. Nah, he's coming with that.
How you feel about Lil Key, Corey?
I just feel like his voice, it's his sound that bothers me. Like, he just be saying whatever on the track, in my opinion. When people try to say that it's like Gunna and Thug put together, it's kind of disrespectful.
I feel like it's very disrespectful.
Yeah, it's very disrespectful because, like, Thug was the first person to start making all that noise and everything, but it's like, Thug, he had a flow, he had a rhythm with it, and it's like, with Key, I don't know, I just feel like he's trying to mimic what Thug has already done. I don't know. I mean, I like some of his songs. Like I said, Snake, that joint rocks. But as of right now, it's going to take a little bit more for Key to grow.
What about you, Max? How you feel about Key?
You know, Lil Key got a couple good songs. You know, I fuck with Anybody. That's really the only song I like on that tape. I'm not gonna lie. You know, he was cool with me for a little bit. Then he started messing with my mans, and now I can't fuck with him no more.
Who you messing with?
He started messing with my man, No Cap.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
they don't fuck with
No
no
Cap?
Nah, you don't fuck with No Cap.
Oh, no, I
don't
can't fuck with Key.
I can't fuck with
Key don't fuck with someone. Don't bring that energy to YSL.
He was talking bad about my man when he was in jail. So
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. My fault, bruh.
He said
That's what from YSL. My fault, bruh. YSL's viewers.
I can't fuck with it.
All right, and like y'all were talking about, you brought up Young Thug. None of y'all said So Much Fun. What's up?
So Much Fun was overhyped in my opinion. I'm sorry. Like, it only has a couple of good songs in that genre. And if we're being honest, I feel like Hot is the hottest song off that.
I agree also.
And because of that, it's just like, it's just another Thug album. It was like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, another Thug album. But essentially, he disappointed me. He was overhyped. Like, a good album, the last good album from Thug might be, what's the Jungle Beautiful?
Beautiful Thug Girl.
Yeah, that's like not the most recent jump, but outside of that, what's after that?
He had like On the Run.
On the Run stuff.
I didn't like
that was cool.
I probably have to go back and listen to that jump, but yeah, Thug hasn't had anything stellar in a while. Not to say that Thug's dying out, but he needs another studio album to put him back up to where he used to be when he was dropping all the other gems.
Once again, I'm a YSL fiend. So Thug, I've always fought with Thug. The reason I ain't playing So Much Fun, bro, I just feel like it's overhyped, but the work is good. Don't get me wrong, but it's like Thug's been doing this for a while, so it kind of hurts me that he's just getting the attention now. Like Slime Season 1, Slime Season 2, Slime Season 3, like he's been doing this for a while. Like I don't know why he just got the attention, bro.
Yeah. Thug is a legend.
Nah, very, yeah, legend.
So, would you say if you would have to give a number 2 to Dripper John 2, who would it be? So Much Fun? Second album of the year or what?
So Much Fun on my list?
Yeah.
Nah.
What would be number 2?
Number 2 on my list, to be honest, would be AI Youngboy.
Okay.
I fuck with that John.
Yeah.
Youngboy, yeah, I ain't fuck with him since he put out AI Youngboy. The first one. His music don't hit me like that. Until I just like the AI Youngboy Jones.
Yeah, okay. AI. And what would your number 3 be?
My number 3, I'd have to fuck with African Giant.
Yes,
That's it. I'm trying to get back in my roots, so
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about African Giant. How y'all feel about that album?
You can let Max though.
Yeah, Max, go ahead.
Bruh, I'm not gonna comment on that. I'm not listening to that. Come on,
But
bruh.
why aren't you, like, honestly,
Bro,
why
that's not
aren't
my
you?
type of music. I mean, if y'all can like it, it's cool. I'm just not going to. I'm picking. I might pick fucking Summer Walker's joint over that joint. I might pick. Shit. What are the things? I'm not picking Igor over it. That joint's childish.
We got Fever.
But Fever, I'm not talking about the huffest huff. Like, I'm sure African Giant isn't super huff. It's better than the rest of it. It's like Reggie.
Yeah, we got Port of Miami too.
Port of Miami 2 is so disrespected, bro.
Very.
That joint is disrespected. Rick Ross's junk, bro.
What about Revenge of the Dreamers? That's Jake.
Revenge of the Dream. We could have made a fucking better album in our own. I'm talking about talking content.
Baby on Baby.
Oh, come on, bro. The Baby's not a rapper,
Baby's
bro.
mid.
Come on.
Let us tell you this here first. The Baby's mid.
The Baby is not good.
Mid.
Stop playing him at parties. Stop playing him anywhere. Turn
Are
him
you
off
saying
in
the
car.
quality of his rap?
Bro, every snip that he puts out sounds like every other snip that he's ever put out. He's be recycling that joint.
Oh, thanks,
But Baby, in my opinion, bro, Baby brought a slightly different wave of music. He's his not own genre, but he's his own flow for sure. Like he doesn't mimic anybody.
He's a good rapper, but he just recycling recipes.
Yeah, that's true. He only changes one ingredient each time, type shit.
Yeah, but back to African Giant. What would y'all say is your favorite songs on that tape?
Oh, songs.
Spiritual.
favorite songs, it's gotta be, I got Dangote,
Hey,
Anybody, Jibona, Gumbody be rocking, and Spirituals the Jungle Future.
No,
That's so sad.
Show and Tell that with Future, that jump rocks.
And Corey, you know,
And African Giant itself, yeah.
you being, you know, black, like you're not really African.
At
So
all.
like, why has African Giant? How has African Giant touched you the way it's touched you? You know, that's a Nigerian album.
It is a Nigerian album. First of all, shout out to Nigeria for this love. That don't be blessing. But
And we're gonna talk about that.
but how did it touch me? I mean, honestly, like it's not like a life changing thing or anything like that, but it did make me appreciate the like African culture a little bit more because like I ain't never really back in the day I used to like think that the music wasn't that good, but Burner was somebody that allowed me to realize that African music it cranks. Like nothing wrong with African music. Burner's he's revolutionary. Like he's helping it out a whole lot.
So, what are some albums you guys think should have made it?
I can start off. I feel as though that Young Nudies and Peter Bourne's Young Slimier, and then The Back End Child by No Cap.
I only got one for real. Your Nudie Young Slimier. That joint's ridiculous.
I think Polo G's Dying to Live and No Cap's The Back End Child definitely should have been on that list. They might have not made it out the first round, but you know, they should have been on the list definitely.
Oh, actually, I got a second one. Fat Trails 1901 should have made that joint.
Hey, now 1901 cranks, but like, you really think it's in the talk for album of the year?
Bro, Fat Trail always in the top.
Slutty Boy, or not, right?
Slutty Boy shit.
I think some albums that people. Someone asked me why didn't Wale's made list. What do y'all think about
Wale
that?
dropped the album.
I think it's like Black Girl Magic. Is that what it is?
Which one was? I was like, oh wow, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow, that's
I like the
Oh
first
wow,
one.
that is crazy.
Hey,
Oh,
chill.
man.
I actually
I love Forlorn.
Oh yeah. And one more album that I would say, yeah, Snow Leopards album. Oh, those films again need to be added to that jam. Over Summer Walker's jam.
But I would say why Wale's didn't make it, bro. Wale's he's out of. I mean, let me not say that because you know the quality of the album was good, but Wale has to make better.
Okay.
Let me just put it like that.
Another album people asked me why it didn't make it was Lil Durk. Why y'all think Durk's album should have made it, or?
I don't crank Dirk like that. So this is.
I cranked Dirt, and I would tell you that album should have been on there. Dirt is, you know, let me talk to y'all. Right? A lot of y'all, you know, Chief Keef has been y'all. He brings back nostalgia. You know, he makes you remember the good times. The good times are over. This is now. Lil Durk is the king of Chicago, and I want y'all to understand that. And it's been like that for years. All right, he hasn't had a fall off. He's been consistent. That's why LeBron is so great. You know, LeBron has been consistently great for how long since we was in like middle school, since the 23, the 6, back to 23. Lil Durk has transitioned from being a drill rapper and changed his whole style up and became a singing drill rapper. Chief Keef wasn't able to make that transition. Chief Keef is great. Don't get me wrong. Chief Keef is a legend. Chief Keef is probably one of the top something rappers ever. Yeah. But he had like a 3-4 year prime. That's like being good in college and then coming to the NFL being Huff. If Dirk has been good since we were in middle school and we're about to graduate college and he's still good, it speaks for itself. When was the last time we listened to Chief Keef? When the Glow Files drops, we ignore it. We don't care anymore. So that's all I have to say.
So you're saying that Dirk is overall better?
Yes, he's
or currently better?
Just because you had the hits back in the day, we understand they're hits. We could play Finito in a party. We'll all jump around. We're not listening to it outside the party.
That's actually very. That's very
Come
factual.
on. Dirk
Okay.
is in Chicago.
Another tape. People ask me why Money Man's tape wasn't on there. Which
I'm not familiar.
And then people don't know who Money Man is. I don't know.
Money Man was good to me back in the day. I feel like he's the perfect example of repetition. Like how people be saying the baby repeating himself. I feel like Money Man repeats himself way too often.
Quando's tape.
Quando's tape. I forgot that joint dropped this year. I'm not heavy on Quando. Quando's like it was a good tape, but realistically, it's not up for album of the year. So
Honestly, was good. He's just in young boy shadow, so he won't really get that much burn.
All right, so final remarks. What's the album of the year?
AIYB. Go for it.
If you vote against Drip or Drown 2, you're drowning. That's all. You're drowning.
Drip or Drown 2 or African Giant gotta take the crown, man. I respect it if AI Youngboy 2 takes it, but those are my top two.
All right, thank y'all for listening to Risky Business. Make sure y'all subscribe, share, like, all of that cool jazz. We'll be back with more. See ya.